For the state of Washington to thrive, it must invest in strong cities and towns. We recognize that the legislature has a difficult budget year in front of them, but they should not discount the value and the economic impact that cities and towns have on the state of Washington. Washington's economy and employment has grown at a steady pace. Revenue collections are up. In fact, there's more money in the state budget this year. And yet the legislature will struggle to not cut important programs and services that our residents rely on. There are three problems the legislature must address before it can pass a budget. First, the state's revenue growth hasn't kept pace with increased cost and demands. It's a problem that cities share with the state, and we need to remind the legislators of that. Next, legislators need to agree upon and finalize funding for the McCleary Supreme Court decision. At least two big issues remain unresolved. First, they need to stop depending on local special levies to fund basic education. Second, they need to address teacher compensation. Finally, and of greatest immediate interest and concern for us, more than 2/3 of the state's budget is protected. The legislature can't cut K-12, pensions, or Medicaid. The portion they can cut comes from less than 30% of the state budget. And unfortunately, city shared revenues are in this unprotected portion. In the last few biennia, more than $1 billion of shared revenues and funds that benefit cities have been diverted. $1 billion alone out of the Public Works Assistance account has decimated that program. We know that everything is on the table, our historic shared revenues included. This is going to be a very difficult budget year for the legislature. So talk to your legislators by phone or in person so that you know they've heard you. Tell legislators the revenues that cities receive are driven by decades of past decisions to deliver services to our residents. Without those past decisions, other solutions and local authorities would have been explored. Talk about the partnership between cities and state and how important it is that you are able to provide vital services to your community. Give them specific examples. Share your concerns with your community. If your revenues, services, and programs are going to experience cuts, it's important you educate the public and media about what's at stake. You are our best advocate. It's harder for legislators to cut your revenues and programs when they know how it affects your residents in your community.